right, well, it's time to have a crash out. We're just going to get right into it. What the actual fuck is going on? James is cracking open a beer. I've got a beer already going. I cannot continue to watch this team play. It's crash out season. I'm going to lose my fucking mind watching this team play. They've given up. There's no effort. The pitching sucks. The hitting can only hit at one inning at a time. As soon as the fifth inning comes around, the Mets say, here, take the fucking game. You want to win? We have no interest. Carlos Mendoza is sleeping. He's making every wrong decision possible. Nobody's stepping up. Nobody is stepping up on this team. There's no leadership. There is no vision. There is no plan. Everybody from top to bottom is a fucking failure and a loser this year. And this team fucking stinks. I'm tired of it. I can't watch this team anymore. They're horrible.
No, horrible. Sucks. This series kind of feels like it. It feels like the nail in the coffin.
No, it's over. Season's over. It's done. They don't even, you make the playoffs, you're going to get fucking embarrassed on the national stage. This team sucks.
It's gotten to the point where you probably have to look at serious changes among personnel in the offseason. Like there's a good chunk of this roster who now you kind of be like, I've seen you fail a lot in big situations. Like I've seen you not be able to stop the bleeding over and over again. It's like I don't know how much
fucking other
longer.
guys, or not the other guys thing. It's the Step Brothers things. The tuxedo's kind of fucked up now. It was cool at first, and now you look at this team and you're like, all around the field, ass, utter ass. Trim the fat. Some of the players are good. They can go be good for another team, not with the Mets anymore.
There's just also, there were so many moments from this series. We already did the episode talking about the first two games. We're really going to focus on the last two games here. So many moments you were like, all right, now it has to change. Now it has to change. Now it has to change. And there was never actually a spot where anything actually changed. Like that first inning by Clay Holmes on Wednesday, I was watching that like, what the fuck can actually be going on right now? Like, how many fucking sweepers have to hit a guy's top of the foot? How many guys have to get hits with two strikes? Like, there's no path out of it for any of these pitchers right now, like none whatsoever. And then you actually have the shot. You think, okay, finally, all right, we woke up. Something actually happened at the beginning of the game on fucking Thursday. And then all of a sudden, you get no fucking base runners for 8 consecutive innings. How on earth do you go through a game where you get no base runners for 8 innings after that same pitcher you annihilated in the first? How the fuck do you do that?
I can tell you, because Eric Chavez fucking let everybody in baseball know, hey, I told our hitters we need to attack fastballs more. He let the entire league know his plan. That guy is so fucking stupid. I've never seen anybody in the baseball world be as so fucking arrogant, stupid, ignorant, and horrible at their job as Eric Chavez. Again, the Disha article from this season, Lindor had to call him out last season, I know, but before the season started, and say, you are not doing your job. We need you. How the fuck does he keep his job? Imagine, James. Imagine. You got hired, right? Imagine if you got hired to do the Mets'd podcast. But every week, I just did it on my own. You still got the check. Imagine. How the fuck do you keep your job? This guy is a bum. He's a loser. He cannot be here any longer. This entire coaching staff needs a fucking clean house. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Just everything.
Except
too.
Antoine Richardson. Love Antoine Richardson.
Well, you're not keeping one guy, letting the rest of them go.
Keep him. He's the new manager.
Let Antoine Richardson run the show. I think he'd be the shortest manager in MLB history, him and Dave Roberts.
Man, there's some old managers from like the 60s and 70s that are
He's like 5'4".
I'm going to look up, what was the old...
Connie Mack?
Earl Weaver's got to be small.
Connie Mack, some of them might be small, but...
Earl Weaver's 5'7".
What Mark was talking about is that crash out was occurring. It's the fact that the Mets kind of broadcasted during those 3 weeks where they were the best lineup in baseball finally, that we find, hey, the switch flipped. We're now going to be aggressive on fastballs early in the count. So they told the world. Steve Gelbs had the report in the sideline. Eric Chavez said it. Everybody was talking about it. It was in articles. It was on radio shows. People like the Mets figured it out. All you have to do is swing at fastballs early in the count. So you know what happened? All the other teams are playing against, like, wait a second, they're fucking telling us their strategy. These people are doing something good and telling us why it's actually working. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give them breaking balls early in the count. They're going to look at them, like in this game, when Jesus Luzardo did something that hadn't been done, I think they said in 50 years, give up 4 runs in the first inning, then complete 8, where he got 14 called strikes on his sweeper. 14 called strikes in his sweeper. And some of the pitches bit off a corner, took an edge, like they were nice pitches. A lot of those sweepers down the fucking middle, right there in the lap of a right-handed hitter. And they took them. You know why? Because now the new Mets philosophy is swinging fastballs early. But you know what the problem is? They fucking told everybody that was the philosophy. You tell the world your strategy. They adjust to it. You get the fastballs late. You get put away. How the fucking just... Eric Chavez has done one thing right this entire season: tell the universe about it and ruin what was good.
If I see him fucking post anything on Instagram, I might make a fucking TikTok for Mets'd Up crashing out about it, because this guy, the arrogance that this fucking guy has, the no-time all-star Eric Chavez, the arrogance that he has when the Mets hit, he soak in all the glory. This is all me. I knew I was right. He's posting on his fucking Instagram. He's talking shit to Mets fans. Steve Cohen, take a fucking look at the internet. Take a fucking look. This guy cannot continue to be here. You are paying him your hard-earned money, and he is fucking stealing from you. He did not do his job. He's not doing his job. Oh, and by the way, the Mets are also taking fastballs again, too. They're just patient again as hell. The last 2 weeks, since September 1st, when the Mets started playing like complete shit again on the road, the Mets are second and third, I believe, in pitches taken and fastballs taken for strikes. When they were hot, they were 15th. The philosophy is gone. Even, let's pretend that the problem isn't Eric Chavez telling the entire world what the Mets hitters are looking to do, like a fucking moron, like the idiot that this fucking guy is. They stopped listening again. So what did Eric Chavez work hard for 2 weeks and say, you know what? It's September 1st. Took a long Labor Day. He might still be on vacation. Was he in the fucking dugout? I didn't see him.
I want to start focusing now on some of the shortcomings of the players, but I still want to talk about the shortcomings of another coach.
Well, yeah, the players have sucked too.
Carlos Mendoza, the manager. 2 games in this series, you can kind of point to pretty kind of blatantly obvious things that Carlos Mendoza did that I'm not going to say it cost the teams the game, but definitely hurt their fucking chances to win, especially when the lineup came out for this game on Thursday. You know that Mets fans are freaking out when we're freaking out about the lineup. So those lineup postings by the Mets have hundreds of thousands of impressions. That's how you know things are going poorly. And I think with a lot of Mets fans, you and I too, when we saw Luis Angel Acuna in the lineup and Jeff McNeil in center field and Mark Vientos back at third base.
2 games he's played.
With Hayden Sanger hitting ninth, you're absolutely just handing away 2 spots in the batting order in a game that's as the closest thing to a must-win game that we've had the entire season. That is incomprehensible to me, how this guy continues to get in the lineup. He pinch hits on Monday, can't use him as a pinch runner.
Crazy.
Then he starts him. Acuna doesn't really get anywhere close to getting a base hit. Then at the same time, so we have the whole philosophy we talked about this year where the Mets were finding their ways, they're finding their places to put Jeff McNeil in center field. One of those spots is when David Peterson's on the mound. It's a ground ball pitcher. Great idea.
Yes.
But you have to attach those 2 thoughts in your mind. When David Peterson leaves the game, Jeff McNeil should no longer be in center field because a guy like Reed Garrett's going to give up fly balls. He throws fastballs, throws sinkers. It's a very different mindset, David Peterson. Immediately off the bat, 2 batted balls to Jeff McNeil in center field. 1, he doesn't really get around it properly. Nick Castellanos can leg out a double. 2, fucking Otto Kemp, who's become the newest rat fuck of the bunch.
Well, there's another one.
Yeah, there's a bigger one. We'll get to him. Harrison Bader, my God, this guy, I can't wait for him to go 1 for 23 in the playoffs. I can't wait for that.
No, remember, he's a good playoff player. He's gonna be great. He's gonna lead them to a World Series, the Phillies. This is gonna happen.
Otto Kemp comes up and he hits a fly ball. It was a well-struck ball against Reed Garrett. Not giving Reed Garrett the benefit of the doubt in this situation because he also did not really show up and pitch well whatsoever. But in that instance, definitely a catchable ball that any veteran center fielder has, including 2 we have sitting on the bench at that moment. Jeff McNeil takes a step in, then goes out late on the ball. That's how the floodgates kind of begin. Then the rest of the team is so mentally weak that they can't recover when things start to go badly, which is the biggest problem for it all. But just a moment for Carlos Mendoza where it's like, what is the decision-making process here, man?
Remember when Brett Beatty played? And remember how he was playing well?
Don't remember that.
Because I'll just read you a couple numbers from Brett Beatty here. Again, if you want the defense, right? Because here's where this makes zero sense. Because I think there's going to be a lot of people that are saying this is the analytics fault, right? The numbers, this and that. There are going to be tons of people that are saying that. And I can understand why, because the Mets are playing poorly and they're supposed to be a team that's supposed to be smart. But they're not being smart, because if you want the defense of Acuna at second base, right, that's the only reason in the world you could ever say, because against left-handed pitching, he's not hitting better than Brett Beatty because he's not a good hitter. He hasn't hit at all this year because Eric Chavez told him to stop swinging so hard. I had to just take a second there and calm down because I was screaming about Eric Chavez again. Brett Beatty's fucking good. He's a good fielder. So why isn't he then playing third base? And then why isn't Mark Vientos playing DH if we care so much about the defense? Because we know, as good as Vientos has been offensively this year, especially lately, defensively, he's still atrocious over at third base. He is a horrible, horrible third baseman. But he's hitting, so he should be in the lineup. You know who's not hitting? Starling Marte. You want to hear what his numbers are the last 15 games? I know he was hot, but we have to be smarter than this. You can't keep throwing out the old man when he's struggling. Marte has a 653 OPS over his last 50 or 15 games.
He did have the big hit in this game, the only one.
Cool. Yep.
Actually, you know what he had? He had the last hit in this game.
Of course. Sure. Get it. Fine. Totally. This is just about the process now. He's been horrible for 2 weeks. 15 games. He's been bad.
I
Wait.
can't. Okay. Oh, you got more.
I got more. Brett Beatty.
Billy
What's
Mays.
his OPS over the last 15 games?
880.
You're really close. It's 863. You know
He's
what
good.
He's good. He needs to be in the lineup every single day. If this team is serious about winning baseball games, he is in the lineup every single day. And the fact that we can't seem to piece together a plan from a managerial standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, if the front office is making these shots, it is concerning the lack of any sort of thought that is going into the decision-making recently.
Well, that's also the problem that we keep talking about. Is that Mendoza makes some decisions, then he makes another decision off that original decision.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it's any way connected to the original decision. Like, it seems like he's kind of doing things right now. It's funny because he's got a lot of credit last year, but we also kind of called the fact that, to your guys' attention, that there were some moments where the process waned.
Yes.
And now that we're seeing a lack of process, it's also funny to me that people are like, oh, David Stern is making these lineups. There's no fucking way that anybody with an Excel document is making these lineups. There's
I had
no
to tell
shot.
my dad that. He was like, is it the analytics? I was like, if
analytics here.
If you use stats, you would never do this shit. There's no way. This is some Buck Showalter bullshit right now.
But also, again, we've also talked about the fact that from an organizational standpoint, we like an element of that. Like, yeah, make some of your own decisions, work with your feel a little bit. This is too far. This is ridiculous. Again,
Luis Angel Acuna is one of the worst hitters in baseball right now.
We're blessed that we're now, I mean, you're blessed. I hate this, that we live in an era where you don't have to hit pitchers anymore. The Mets
you don't.
willfully, in a must-win game, to this point, the most important game of the season, had 2 pitchers in their lineup.
I truthfully would take a lot of the Mets pitchers maybe over Luis Angel Acuna, especially Hayden Sanger. I know Torrens is hurt, but holy fuck, 2 automatic outs on a team that can't score.
But again, the backup catcher just has to play sometimes.
Sure,
you know what
I
I mean?
understand.
You
But
got a lot
also-
of games and a lot of days consecutively here. Play once.
Sure. If you have all the other hitters in the lineup, not if you have Luis Angel Acuna hitting.
I just really can't figure out. 'Cause also, especially like if you wanted to do the best defense possible and you wanted to have the exact same number of righties and lefties in the lineup, McNeil just plays second and Jose Siri just plays center.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense gets a little bit worse because Acuna is a better defensive second baseman than Jeff McNeil. And some people want to say Jose Siri can't hit, but he could definitely hit better than Luis Angel Acuna. And then you still have the speed on the bench. Like, there was no semblance of logic or reason that made this lineup. It set the tone for a night that was just the worst absolute knife twist in what's been a miserable fucking week.
And that being said, as much as we have a problem with the process, the players have to show up to the field and play some baseball. The body language is putrid.
So bad.
We saw it with Sean Manaea earlier in the season, or earlier in the series. Bad body language. We've seen it with every fucking reliever that comes into the game. It looks like they come and they're like, how can I give up runs today? How am I going to blow this? And then even the at-bats, the lazy pop-ups, the zero approach, the swings that we're taking, there's no juice on this team at all.
Also, what you're doing with that bad body language is you're feeding into the other team.
Oh,
Like,
the Phillies are like, fucking, let's kill.
the moment that this game changed on the dime, not that it changed on the dime, but the moment where I was like, we're totally fucked, is when the 6th inning ended and Mark Vientos struck out swinging on a changeup. That was a good changeup in a good spot from Jesus Luzardo. He tipped the cap, he executed.
Yes.
He'd been fucking rolling at that point. He retired at that point, 16, 17 batters in a row. Mark Vientos, who's been a hot hitter, takes his bat and his helmet and slams them on the ground like a fucking 14-year-old.
You know what the score was at that point?
4-3 Mets.
4-3. A lot of talk about selfish play from Juan Soto the other day. I wonder if people are going to bring up all these other moments when the Mets are winning and the Mets players are pissed because they didn't do well.
Immediately right after that is the Reed Gary inning, the Castellanos, the Kemp, and then the Harrison Bader, and then the Bryce Harper. So
That's a signal to the Phillies that this team's fucking pressing.
it's just a horrible vibe to your teammates as well. It's like, why are you acting like this, man? Like, come on, be a professional sometimes.
I'm disgusted. This team is a disgusting watch. It is unbearable. If I didn't have my tickets and if Jacob Degrom wasn't pitching tomorrow, I fucking would not be there. There's no shot. The alumni game, maybe we can sign a couple of them to some 10-day contracts or something like that. Can they play? Can they pitch? Because holy shit, too. Ask anybody to get a big out, and it's impossible unless your name's Edwin Diaz.
And also, similar to Carlos Mendoza, we've said this in the past. Edwin Diaz hasn't pitched for a week.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
How many times have we said that this year?
That's what I'm saying. I know this team keeps going on these massive fucking losing streaks. You don't want to pitch a closer in a losing streak, but also, like, at some point, if Edwin Diaz hasn't pitched in 3 days, find a spot and pitch him. Like, I don't understand. Like, God.
Or if the guys that are here are not good enough, and this is on David Stearns, you have to try somebody else. I cannot keep seeing Reed Garrett stink it up. Send him down. He has an option. You don't even need to get rid of him. He can be here next year if you truly believe in Reed Garrett. I've lost all faith in him. We've now seen 2 straight seasons where as soon as it becomes the later summer month, it's over for him. He cannot pitch. Ryan Stanek fucking stinks. You can't keep using him. Shit, Ryan Lambert is tearing up Double-A. He throws 102 miles an hour. He has the best fastball arguably in the entire minor leagues. Shout out Lance Brozdowski. Give him a fucking look. What do we have to lose? We're trying to make the playoffs, and this team continues to throw out the same fucking bum losers every single day.
And Dylan Ross, who's in AAA, who's absolutely lighting the world on fire.
Give it to him.
God, it's just...
Chris Davinsky was pitching better than half the fucking guys on this team. He can't even stay up here. Austin Warren, in the moments that he's been up here, has pitched really well. We need some dogs. There's no dogs on this team right now. 0, besides the 3 young guys that are pitching, and Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor.
Literally. And again, like that is... For some reason, the Mets fans piled on Juan Soto after the game on Wednesday for just being good.
Yeah,
in a game where the rest of his team sucked ass. Like that, no one showed up to that game on Wednesday except for Juan Soto. Literally, not one person. And all of a sudden, now people are like, "Oh, Juan Soto this, Juan Soto that." It's like there's one person on this team that's really grinding away, trying to get this lineup going, and it's fucking him. Like somebody has to help the guy right now.
Yeah, the Mets win 80 games this year if Juan Soto's not on this roster. Probably even less.
They might win 82 with him on this roster.
Honestly, that's a good point. We have 76 wins because we're 5 games above 500 now.
I think 76 would have been the line without one, Soto. Because again, also like just to get deeper for a second, we're not talking about the offseason yet. We're still in the season, but there's a huge part of me that kind of doesn't want to see some of the same names and faces next year because we've had, and again, this team and the season was bad, but 2021 they got off to a hot start, fell apart. 2022. They kind of got exposed late in the season there, fell apart again.
2023, they never showed up.
2023 never came. 2024, it was a great season. It was a great finish. It was a lot of great moments. But again, there was a lot of people, even in the building, who were like these other 2 veterans were kind of the driving force behind this.
Also, at the same time, we've now seen a complete season of dog shit from Carlos Mendoza and about half a season of good, right? I mean, we forget how bad it was. At the start, we use it as like a remember how bad it was and how good it turned. We've got a lot of, like, the worst team in baseball out of this team in 2 years. How's that possible?
I don't know. We also have a 75-game stretch now where it was worse than the first 75 last year.
It's crazy. At some point, whose fault is this? It's got to be somebody's.
It doesn't have to be somebody's fault. Or
it's got to be a lot of people's fault then.
It's a part of, I mean, it comes down to the room, but also it's the fact that this team really just doesn't have those veterans. There's a lot of guys who are in the middle of veteranship. Like we know who Francisco Lindor is the leader. He's more of like the quiet confidence, lead by example. That's the guy he is. Juan Soto, while he's only 26 years old, he's also kind of the quiet confidence, leads by example. He's not exactly a vocal guy.
And he's still new.
So it's kind of hard to be the new guy who's, when you've never been vocal and loud before, just be that all of a sudden. Pete, Nemo, McNeil, they're not really these crazy rah-rah leaders either. Like that's just not this team kind of doesn't really have that central force in the middle. We keep saying this over and over again. It kind of leads me to the fact that if this team does miss the playoffs, I think it's a guarantee that Carlos Mendoza is gone, truthfully.
I think Carlos Mendoza is gone. I think the entire coaching staff, besides Antoine Richardson, is gone. I don't think Hefner stays either.
I don't think so either. But he'll also be higher than 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. No, he'll be a fantastic pitching coach out in Minnesota. They'll hire him instantly. They'll bring him back. The Astros, someone will be smart enough to hire him, obviously. But as much as we've praised Jeremy Hefner, the pitching has been fucking bad. He has gotten almost nothing out of the guys this year.
For sure. But also, what can you do when David Peterson can't hit a spot for a month straight?
Yeah, but he then also had 23 swing whiffs tonight or whatever, 19 whiffs, swings and misses. So it's like...
That was also another part of this where it felt like Carlos Mendoza was managing tight, taking out Peterson after that 5th inning.
86 pitches to face Nick Castellanos, who sucks.
I'm saying with a bunch of righties coming off the bottom of the order. So it did feel like, again, that was like playoff managing. But then there wasn't playoff managing because you kept Acuna in. He took another at-bat after that. Sanger took another at-bat after that. McNeil's still in center field. Like it's just
taking another at-bat.
But there's these complete, I don't want to, like, is it lapses of concentration, of judgment? I don't know which one's worse if you're trying to evaluate a manager.
This is like what Tony La Russa was doing when he was like literally falling asleep on the bench. He's just, the Mets as a whole, this team feels unprepared day in and day out to play a full baseball game. Is that fair to say?
Kind of. And also is at the same time, it's like a lot of the things that we thought we hope to have gotten right. They're just not going right over these last 2 months. Like we come back to the point all the time that Sangam and I just have not been there. They were the guys.
Disappeared. Nothing.
We knew when we were going through the first half, mostly smoke and mirrors in this pitching staff, that we needed those 2 guys to come back, be healthy. They had their time off. They were recovering from injuries, serious injury in Manaya's case. And we're like, all right, if you guys can literally not even be 1-2, if you guys can be with you would consider a 2-3, you could stabilize this entire thing. There'll be no issue behind any of this. Didn't happen at all. So then all the median expectations for the rest of these guys kind of goes out the window because the top is gone. So now a lot of these guys, you kind of shot for these 50 percentile incomes. You get worse than that. Everything trickles and trickles and trickles. And now you have this rotation that is so saved by these fucking kids that it's ridiculous how much they've been exposed. If these guys didn't come up, we'd be already out of the playoff spot.
And David Peterson didn't even really pitch bad tonight. He just didn't pitch well.
Exactly. He didn't pitch bad, but it wasn't great. But this is also a David Peterson start that you sign up for.
This is if you would have told us that David Peterson gives us this kind of start on September 11th in the year 2025,
but the most innings ever had.
I would have shook your hand and said, deal. Absolutely.
Against the Phillies in Philadelphia, like this was a 5-star.
Absolutely.
I'm not blaming David Peterson.
No, I know.
Again, this is actually the best start David Peterson's made in a month.
Yes.
It's just the fact that there's no one else to pick him up. Reed Garrett comes in the game against the bottom of the order. I was even surprised he came in against the bottom of the order. I texted you that.
Yeah.
But then also, if there's a guy in first and one out, if there's a real center fielder in there, this probably looks a lot different as well. Like those are a few batted balls that you kind of lost your edge on because you're playing guy in center field who's not a center fielder.
And they took an extra base on the Castellanos. It's crazy that he got that double on that extra base. Mets couldn't score from first base on a ball in the right field corner against the Castellanos. Couldn't score there. They took the extra base there. The ball's in the corner. Brandon Nimmo's the slowest person in the world of getting to the ball in left field. He runs like he's in fucking Madden. It's like his acceleration rating. It's like it takes him 3 minutes to get going. Once he gets moving, he's okay. But they can't make any throws. They can't make any plays. The Mets do nothing that a good baseball team does.
And again, like you look back at this, it's the same group of guys. Like
that's what it is.
These guys aren't necessarily bad players, but it's just like that. The last homegrown bunch just never was able to like get over the hump without Jose Iglesias, JD Martinez. As stupid as that sounds, like I don't know, is that us being unfair to them? Also, at the same time, we talked about heading into the season, going all the way back before the hot streak start season that got our heads kind of crazy. That we thought the world was a little bit higher in the Mets than they actually were. We were really nervous about the pitching heading into the season. We thought the lineup was going to be really good and complete and carry them, but between the pitching and the bullpen, we kind of were trusting like some of the smoke and mirrors from last year to get us through this year. They got us through a good chunk of this year.
A good half.
And the guys that were supposed to be good wound up being the guys who couldn't be good, besides like guys like Edwin Diaz, not including him in this conversation because he's still basically the best closer in baseball. And at the same time, we've seen now at the end of the year, these young pitchers, and even somewhat the guys like Beatty and Vientos, who are like the next group of the hitters, the guys who've been developed by this team, be the ones to kind of pull this thing back together for a little bit.
Yep.
And you just wish the timing on that was a little bit better, you know?
Oh, the Mets can't time anything up perfectly right now. It's like this guy's good, this guy's bad. This guy's good, this guy's bad. I was reading off to you. I texted you like the Mets numbers in the 7th through 9th inning, and like Lindor has 1,000 OPS. Juan Soto has 1,000 OPS. Pete Alonso has like 1,000 OPS. And yet this team can't score any runs at the end of games. It's crazy.
No, and it's just you kind of hope that when you have these veteran teams, I think David Stern said this explicitly in one of his press conferences in the offseason. It's like the young guys give the spark and keep like the old guys going, basically. And you just feel like this team's like 1 year away from actually having like the real youth movement. And this was kind of a bridge year to that. And it's like you figured it would be a good bridge year because you re-signed a bunch of your veterans. You pulled in fucking Juan Soto. You're like,
you could one of the 5 best players on the planet.
You could drag your feet to 87 wins, still make the playoffs, still have a good enough team to kind of fuck around in playoff series like last year. But it's just not worked out that way because for some reason there's these massive lapses of focus and concentration that happen to this team every 2-3 weeks to where they have these fucking...
You go.
It's like you see it in individual games and you see it in stretches in general because we have these innings that just fucking spiral and they can't stop.
I've never seen anything like it.
And then also you have these moments in the schedule where they spiral and they can't stop. It's like to stop the bleeding is so important. Tadzio was talking about this in the post-game show the other day. It's like it's so big for the teams. Like get out of there. Like get some momentum back. And then you give up runs. Jesus Luzardo comes out next inning, has a 10-pitch inning, and is screaming to the crowd. It's like you have no chance to get enough energy to come back in this game. No, and then that goes on and on. The snowballs. We've seen this 5-6 different times this season.
Yeah, every time they hit the road. This team is incapable of playing outside of Citi Field. In Citi Field, they've been good this year by the grace of God. I don't know how they win baseball games there. Because when we watch them on the road, that's a team that competes with the Rockies and White Sox for the worst in baseball.
It's very, very bad. And again, like this whole thing somehow is underscored by the fact that we were so good in April and May, times that do not matter right now, that we still have a coin flip chance to make the playoffs. But
still technically in the playoffs, which is insane to say because it feels like this team has. I mean, they haven't played good baseball since May, right? That's when we would say it.
I mean, we say it all the time. This is Rob Manfred's bastardization of the game. This is it. If a team that's been as bad as the Mets for this long can make the playoffs, there's a problem with your playoff system. There really is.
They do not deserve to be in the postseason.
They
Absolutely not.
suck. This is terrible.
When the clock strikes October, the Mets should be home. Eric Chavez can go on his real vacation and never come back. He can go hang out in Cancun for the entire offseason. Hope he lives there forever. I'll buy his house. He can stay there. I don't want him ever fucking back in Queens again unless we're playing against them. And I'll tell you what, the Mets pitchers better throw fucking fastballs down the middle because I'm telling you the other team won't be ready for it because he's an idiot and a moron.
I think there's a thing where Eric Chavez, I don't know the next job he gets. It's kind of like the Chili Davis situation where it's like you leave and you never hear from him again.
Is that not damning?
No, it is, but that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between a guy like Hefner and a guy like Chavez. I think there's a really good chance neither are here next year. Jeremy Hefner will be unemployed for as long as he wants to be unemployed.
That's fair. That's a good point.
If he wants to do like 6 months with his family, he'll do that. Then he'll get a job doing pitching infrastructure for an organization. They'll be damn lucky to have him.
I feel fucking dirty being angry at him too, but the pitching's so ass recently.
It's
I'm like,
terrible. No, I know, man. That Hefner jersey is gonna hit next season when he's not the pitcher coach anymore.
You're gonna get shit thrown at you.
Nah, it'll be all right. I'll defend him to the day I die. But again, it's like it's also funny too to juxtapose this whole thing. Like we're gonna have the prospects video coming out from our new channel. It's called The Wind Up, and like you could just feel the heat of watching these pitchers come up. Like we've hit a level now in the organization, the system that I'm sure is many thanks to him. But at the same time, it's like like I said before, it's like you time this just off. If Steve Cohen could have bought this team 1 year sooner, if David Stearns could have gotten out of that contract with the Brewers 1 year earlier and put this infrastructure in place, because these last 2 years have felt like fucking nonsense. And all the time, I think because of Steve Cohen, we try to compare this team, because he said it, to like the Dodgers right when they got bought and sold. And you kind of felt like it was a similar concept and mindset in those first Dodgers years. They're like, we're just going to figure some shit out so we actually get this thing going in the right direction. They just had Clayton Kershaw.
Yes.
That's the difference, which is kind of like, getting ready for this. If we still just had Jacob Degrom, like that would kind of be the same thing. But that's like the difference between the two eras of these teams. Like look at the 2013 Dodgers roster, Carl Crawford, all these fucking nonsense players in that squad.
Yeah, and you know what it took? It took getting rid of those fucking guys for the Dodgers to wake up and actually be good.
But more than getting rid of those guys, it took for everything to actually build to the spot where you could utilize everyone's talents, their best abilities, cheap players, like all that shit.
Hanley Ramirez had a 1040 OPS on the 2013 Dodgers. Yasiel Puig 925. Adrian Gonzalez stumbled into an 800 OPS. Juan Uribe 116 OPS plus. God, I wish Juan Uribe was on this team.
We said at the trade deadline, who is the Juan Uribe that we can put on this team? We couldn't find one.
Yeah, who would it be? Who got traded this deadline? That would be the Juan Uribe. Nobody, I guess.
I don't know who is a Juan Uribe. There's not that many Juan Uribes in baseball anymore. Because
he's one of a kind.
Because you had to do the universal DH, and you get to kill that genre of player. The pinch hitter's dead.
Juan Uribe was a great fielder. No, you watch your mouth. The DH didn't kill Juan Uribe.
No, when he was in his 20s, he was a great fielder, but not
always
when he was
a great
fielder.
fielder.
The Mets.
Always a great fielder. Never dropped for a second.
He was
Juan
a pinch
Uribe
hitter.
Smooth with the glove. You seen his hands? It's fast.
There's
Bring back
nothing-
Luis Guillorme.
Yeah, right. There's nothing to do without saying it. It was about that the DH killed the pinch hitter, and that was how a guy like Juan Uribe hung around as long as he did.
Now
and
to
changed our lives. 2015.
To do a little bit of something really toxic. Oh boy, do I love watching the San Diego Padres play baseball. And you know what the common denominator is there?
What?
Jose Iglesias. Why do they have fun playing baseball? The Mets, actually, real question. Besides, like me bringing up the toxic trait of this fan base, do you think the Mets enjoy playing baseball? Do they look like a team that one enjoys their job? They're happy to be professional baseball players too. Does everybody get along on this team?
I definitely don't think everybody gets along.
I don't think so at all.
I think the guys who clearly, to me, from like a day-to-day standpoint, enjoy playing baseball, I would say 3 come to mind. You let me know if I'm wrong here.
Okay.
4. I think Soto, Alonso, Beatty, Alvarez. I always see kind
Lindor,
of enjoying
no?
Lindor a bit, but I think that Lindor recently we kind of see waxes and wanes in his energy. This is not chastising Lindor in any way, but I do think that this has been a trying season for Francisco Lindor. It's not been a good season for him. We have 2 weeks left of baseball. We could say openly and honestly, and again, this is the best part about Francisco Lindor. We could say it was a bad season. He's still going to be a 5-win player. It hasn't been a very good season. He's still going to go 30-30. It's really funny to say these things, but like day in and day out, you haven't felt, because last year was the best season of his career, you just haven't felt that same kind of oomph from him. And like it's been It's been weird. Like it
Jose
has.
Siri, I think, loves playing baseball too. I think he's more of the mindset of like, someone's going to pay me to do this?
Jose Siri is like the golden retriever of this team. He really is. I can't believe how many people hate Jose Siri online. I love Jose Siri.
I totally can understand why they hate him.
Yeah, I guess
it's
true.
so easy. His batting average starts with a 0.
Well, he only played like 9 games.
Doesn't matter. His batting average starts with a 0. There's a number after it that isn't 0. People hate that.
Mendoza had a line the other day where they're talking about Siri coming back in one of the press conferences, and he was like, I felt like that happened last year.
Yeah.
You know where he got hurt? That was in Sacramento.
Yeah. I saw the video. It was like April 18th.
It was during the Masters.
I don't know. What else can I yell about?
It's been 30 minutes. What else can we say?
Let me find something to yell about here. Hold on. I'm going to take a look and see if I can yell about this. Yeah, Gregory Soto sucked yesterday. Ryan Stanek he can't throw another pitch as a New York Met. He can't do it. He can't do it, James. I don't know if he's the best pitcher in a pickup league in New York City right now.
He's definitely the best pitcher to pickup league.
I don't know.
If a pitcher in your pickup league throws 100 miles an hour, you'll be looking around like, holy shit, this guy should go to the bigs.
I've seen the competitive softball league. Those guys can smoke Ryan Stanek. He's getting whiffs on nobody.
No, he actually got whiffs in that game. He also gave up hits. Like, that was the first time he did get hits. It was just he hung one sweeper, and that was it.
What else can I yell about?
No, I mean, it's just bad. It's a bad team right now. It's a bad team. It was poorly constructed. It's poorly managed. It's bad.
David Stearns is also a lot to blame for this, too.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a lot to blame. But again, a lot of this comes back to just the guys who should have been good are not good enough.
Yep.
Right? Like, if Minaya and Sango were good and you call up some of these prospects, you're like, David Stearns is a fucking genius.
Yes.
If Ryan Helsley doesn't suck the most ass on earth, they're like, wow, we'll trade deadline for the Mets.
Who is hated more in Mets world? Trade deadline acquisition. Darren Ruff, Ryan Helsley.
It's going to wind up being Ryan Helsley, I think.
It's pretty close.
We're going to remember the Ryan Helsley Mets experience 2025 for the rest of our lives.
Thank God Jesus Baez went to the Cardinals and they'll ruin him, because any competent organization, he'd turn into a superstar, guaranteed.
This is a situation where everyone in baseball is just like, how could this have happened?
It's baffling how bad he is. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, David Stearns definitely stays awake at night being like, how could this have happened?
I don't know. Jose Butto has a sub-3 ERA with the Giants.
It's going to be horrific if the Giants overtake us with Drew Gilbert and Jose Butto.
Oh, they're going to. That's the team that's going to overtake us. It's not the Reds. It's the Giants.
I mean, but then we thankfully we have the extra game on the Giants because
it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter.
It might matter. I mean, let's watch the team go home.
I'm going to have to. I'm sick in the head, so I'm going to watch every single pitch the rest of the season, because as soon as October 1st hits and the Mets don't play baseball anymore, I'm going to be longing for baseball again. But the Mets have what? How many games? 3,
15.
6, 9. They have 15 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Got to win what?
8.
That's probably got to win 10.
No, have you seen the Giants' schedule?
No, who the Giants got?
They got 6 games against the Dodgers.
Okay, but also Giants are probably. I don't know. I think you got to win 10.
We're lucky
10 the Mets are in. If the Mets win 10 and they don't make the playoffs, I don't know what to do.
10. If the Mets go 10-5 for the rest of the season, I'll paint my bare chest for the first playoff game.
Okay, that's shake hands. That's a deal.
If the Mets go 10-5 the rest of the season, I will paint my bare chest for that first playoff game, 100%.
God, please, baseball gods.
There's just no way that. How can you watch this team play and think they're going to play 66% winning baseball the rest of the season?
I don't think they will. I think I'm just telling you what it is, because if they win 8, that means they're 8-7. You think they're going to play 500 baseball?
Yeah, slightly over 500 baseball. But shout out Jerry Dipoto, 54% baseball.
Man, I don't know how this team wins any games. I mean, like the Rangers. Jacob Degrom's going to throw a no-hitter, right? Can we do the DraftKings player spot real quick? I think we're probably supposed to spotlight a Mets player. Won't do it. Refuse.
No.
Jacob Degrom.
Yes.
I think, second favorite Met of all time. This one's going to hurt. Like when they play Simple Man over the loud speakers.
Hurt? This is going to be the best part of the night.
No, it's going to be crushing. It's going to be crushing, because I'm going to see him single-handedly do what he did his entire time here, which is shove on the Citi Field mound and just watch the Mets' season hopes just slip away in our fingers.
I might get emotional. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, I totally am going to get emotional.
Love Jacob Degrom. I don't know who Jacob Degrom's pitching against on Friday night, but if Jacob Degrom's pitching in your city as a baseball fan, it's your duty to go to that game. Like, that's it. He's going to go 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. That's going to be the Degrom special.
He's going to throw a no-hitter tomorrow night. There's a guarantee. I'm looking right now to see if DraftKings has a line for throwing a no-hitter. This is a guaranteed bet. If you want to win some big money, you go out and you say no-hitter bet. I'm checking. James, fill us in with how good Jacob Degrom's been while I look for this.
I mean, just Jacob Degrom. The fact that Jacob Degrom has come back after 5 incomplete seasons and then been the guy that he's been this year, having one of the 20 lowest ERAs in baseball, one of the 15 lowest whips in baseball, 0.93 whip for 37-year-old Jacob Degrom, who hasn't thrown a complete season since 2019. 2019, Mark. 2019 was the last time he threw a complete season. He's also not even had the consistency in the secondary stuff he's ever had. The fastball velocity is now only 97.5 with not as good of command. The changeup kind of goes in and out sometimes. The curveball, he has not gotten consistent all year, and still, he is completely unhittable. Jacob Degrom has been the consistent part in the middle of a Rangers team that, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, is dead square back in the American League wildcard race. He's the shit. I wish he was on this team. Not saying I wish we signed him to that contract, but I wish he was on this team.
Not my money. I wish we did. I'll say this. There is no lines out yet on DraftKings. Hammer the over on whatever you can, Jacob Degrom tomorrow. They do have game correct score. This is a no-brainer. 1-0 Texas Rangers win plus 3,500. You put $10 on there, you win 350. That's free money.
I mean, just do the disclaimer.
I'll do the disclaimer now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
God, Sunday can't come soon enough. I can't wait to watch football and not watch this team on Sunday.
Oh my God! Looking, just going into the Mets schedule and seeing loss. Like, geez, 76.
They won a
71.
series against the Tigers. How did that happen? That's how bad the American League is. That the Mets, who don't deserve to make the playoffs, beat the best team record-wise in the American League.
The Tigers have no chance to make the World Series in the American League. 0% chance. There's 3 teams in one division that have, in the American League that have a better chance of reaching the World Series than the Detroit Tigers. But pitching matchups for you guys this series. Then I'm going to talk about the Rangers players. Then I'm going to tell you what the Rangers have done lately, because those two things don't make sense. That's how we're going to structure this. Friday night, it's going to be a nice night in the ballpark.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna severely delay my NBC shift to watch this game because I can't miss this game. Jonah Tong versus Jacob Degrom. It's gonna be a moment. It's gonna be a moment for sure.
Also, Tong Degrom. So
Tong Degrom
sounds pretty good.
Same birthday.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look it up right now.
That can't be real.
Jonah Tong, Jacob Degrom.
Why are you doing this to me? Why is
Saturday? Saturday 4:00. Brandon Sproat versus Patrick Corbin, who
June 19th.
Yeah, right. Is that amazing?
What?
How can that be possible?
Is that even possible?
I want to obliterate Patrick Corbin. I hope they can. I don't know if they will, because you know what else? You know what's happening in this series? Because also Sunday afternoon, 1:40 matinee, Nolan McLean versus Jacob Latz. 2 more fucking lefties, so no more Brett Beatty this series. Lots of Luis Angel Acuna.
Thank God. You know what? I forget what I said at the beginning. I need to see more Luis Angel Acuna and his slow swing that he takes, and still doesn't make that much contact.
No, it's horrible. Jacob Degrom, though, he's great. But I'm going to read you the Texas Rangers lineup 1 through 9 from their last game they played. Okay?
Yeah, and I'll tell you. I'll take guesses if I know anything.
Okay. Leadoff, shortstop, Josh Smith.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't even tell me the position. Let's see if I can guess the position these guys are playing.
I'll go right after this, and I'll do it. So,
okay.
Hitting second, Wyatt Langford, left field. Now you're gonna start guessing positions.
Okay.
Next 2 were easy. Then it gets a little difficult. Hitting fourth, Jake Berger.
Wait, who hit third?
Oh, third DH, Jock Peterson. Sorry.
Okay, sure.
Fourth, Jake Berger.
It's got to be first base.
Got it. Next 2 are a couple easy ones as well. Fifth, Josh Young.
Josh Young third.
Sixth, Kyle Higashioka.
Catcher.
7, Alejandro Osuna.
I mean, that's who? Right field?
Right field. Got
cool.
that one.
Nice.
8. Well, now you got 2 positions left. And yeah, I'll be honest, it's going to be 50-50 shot for you here. 8, Cody Freeman.
Damn, I wish I knew it was hitting ninth. I'm going to go center field for Cody Freeman.
Wrong.
No way. Who's
ninth? Michael Hellman, center field.
Who is Michael Hellman?
Michael Hellman's a 28-year-old rookie or 25-year-old rookie. I got these guys confused a couple times this week doing other content.
James, he's 29.
There you go. So, okay, I was getting him and Cody Freeman confused. One of them has been on 3 organizations already this season. The other one has just been a guy grinding away in the Rangers organization.
Shout out Michael Hellman, 11th round pick back in 2018 by the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, Michael Hellman's been having a fucking week because now you want me to tell you something right now?
Well, the Rangers are hot as shit.
Yeah, you know what the Rangers just did?
Probably swept the Brewers.
The Rangers just swept the Brewers. That was the first time the Brewers have been swept in like 3 or 4 full months. Do you want to hear what Brewers manager Pat Murphy said about the Rangers, even after they lost the first 2 games?
Probably something good because he's a good manager.
Take your hats off to Texas. I mean, the way those guys played, the way they were relentless, they came back once we were ahead. They made great defensive plays. We're watching a kid in center field that can change the game. That's Michael Hellman. He ran Caleb Durbin's ball down. That's not an easy ball. Then he robs a home run from Terang. And that's the deepest part of our park. In our park, that's over the bullpen. And that's not even mentioning that Hellman, what he did at the plate. Again, he's been swinging it back great, playing great. We've obviously noticed that. But he's having some kind of series. This kid, we could intentionally walk him 4 times tomorrow. He hit ninth in the next game, where he said he can intentionally walk him 4 times.
Hey, it's only 2 spots past where Ronald Acuna Jr. has been hitting the Braves lineup.
Disaster. But this is a Rangers team. This is the antithesis of the Mets right now.
Yes.
Every single star that they've had has either got hurt or played like shit this season. Josh Young, who I just told you guys was hitting 5th in that game, he was hitting 3rd earlier in the week. He got benched outright like 6 weeks ago.
Got sent down because they were like bad, so bad.
Corey Seager's out. He got an emergency appendectomy. Marcus Semien fractured his foot in a foul ball. Adolis Garcia's out. They have Josh Smith has played 6-7 different positions this season. Dustin Harris, Alejandro Osuna, Cody Freeman, Michael Hellman, Jake Berger, Jock Peterson. These guys have come from the depths of hell to drag this team back into the playoff race with Jacob Degrom pitching every 5th day. They play with their heads on fire. They absolutely never give up. It is the exact opposite as what you see from this Mets team.
Oh yeah, Mets are like, we have a 4-0 lead. I struck out. I'm pissed. We're losing this game.
Bunch of pouty fucking babies.
They
also,
really
again,
are.
Patrick Corbin, please fucking hit this guy. I've seen too much Patrick Corbin over the years to let him have another game in Citi Field where he's got to pitch well. Fuck this dude. Absolutely destroy him. And then Jacob Latz, Sunday. Interesting young pitcher. Really fun fastball from a lefty. It's above average velocity, good cut ride on it. It's an interesting pitch, and he's been one of these guys that's come out of just nowhere to be totally decent for the Rangers this season.
Could you imagine this conversation? This is the conversation we were having in May.
In May?
Like,
No.
could you imagine in May that we would say in September, we'd be having this conversation?
On September what?
September 11th. That's I realized what I was going to say, and that's why I stopped myself. But it's truly unfathomable how bad the Mets have played.
It's incomprehensible. I think I'm also at the point where, let's say this team drags himself to a miracle wildcard berth. Let's say you lose in that first 3-game wildcard series. I think Carlos Mendoza might still get fired.
Mets were 45-24 on June 12th. They're 76-71. The Mets have won what? 31 games, 31 and 40. What is that? 47.
47. Yeah.
31-47. That's crazy. That's so bad.
I also think just because we've talked a lot about the players on this team and how we don't really like the mix, but that's probably not going to change because that's how sports work. I think this team might just need a hard-ass manager. I think they might just need one of those. Like if you don't have the fiery player, you might just need the fiery manager.
Maybe is that the problem?
Is that not? You don't think there's a lack of fire, gusto?
No, there's definitely a lack of fire, but maybe I don't know who.
The 435-foot home run the other day.
To be fair, who is a fiery manager that's not named Darren Boone?
I wouldn't give him
that guy sucks.
Claim. I don't know who it is. But I mean, I honestly just have simply thought about like Terry Francona. I don't know if he's exactly fiery, but he's at least like he's the guy. You know what I mean?
He's won World Series at least.
Yeah, we just need an old guy,
an old successful guy.
Not Buck.
We had the old guy that had no success, as much success or you as a MLB manager. Except we don't have the manager of the year.
You, me, Buck Showalter, every single one of you guys listening to this, the exact same amount of victories in the championship series.
It's so toxic we're even talking about him right now.
This team has made me toxic over this last month. This is bad. This is
so bad. Since June 12th, The Mets have less wins than the White Sox. The only team that's really played worse than the Mets since June 12th is the Giants. That's crazy.
The Giants just got hot recently.
I know. The Giants are 34-44 since June 12th. The Mets are 32-46. And the Giants have caught up. That's insane.
It's a mid-off. The Phillies, I saw a crazy stat today.
The Pirates are way better than us.
I think it was since like August 15th or some date in the middle. I saw on Twitter. Sorry, I'm not crediting whoever this is. The Phillies have gained 11 games on the Mets in the standings. That includes a sweep that the Mets had against the Phillies.
Oh, my God. The only teams that are worse than the Mets in this span are the Nationals, the Twins, and the Rockies. And those are three organizations that actively said not trying to win baseball games this year.
They're losing on purpose.
On purpose. And the Mets are like hanging right around them. Give me Frankie Peppers.
I was going to say, shout out the plucky White Sox pulling out of us.
It's fucking horrible. Jesus.
Can't wait to bet they're over next season. But here we go.
Wait, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, sure.
Let's have 17 saves since June 12th. That's nuts.
FT fam, let's talk about Fair Harbor. And if you're listening, I hope that you watch this conversation at some point because we're doing show and tell, Kratz. Shorts, they can be used as a bathing suit. And the liner, which we call butter, is the game breaker. It's the playmaker because it's different.
You've worn shorts that are not like this, and the liner sucks. They are buttery on your butt.
I just came up with something for them. Your liner sucks. Get Fair Harbor liner. Seriously, give it a shot. I'm not just saying this. The butter analogy plays. And FT fam, you know we're hooking you up. So head over to fairharborclothing.com/foul20. Yes, that's FOUL 20 for 20% off your order. Once again, that's fairharborclothing.com/FOUL20 for 20% off. And make sure you use that promo code FOUL20.
Here comes Frankie. Frankie sent this message lightning quick after the game ended. 9:30, this was in my inbox.
He knew he had a heater.
Here's Frankie.
Gentlemen, this is Frankie Peppers. How you doing? I want to talk to you about The Price is Right, okay? I love The Price is Right. It's my favorite game show. I love Drew Carey. He's very funny. I was a big Bob Barker fan when I was a kid, but, maybe let's not discuss him right now because he might have done some unsightly things. But I love The Price is Right. I love Plinko. I love it when they climb the steps. I love it when they drop the
Where is
puck
this going?
and they win $10,000. I love the only guy. I love that one. The big wheel, the showcase.
Oh, yeah.
You spin $1, you win $1,000. Showcase Showdown, you bid on prizes. It's really great. It's my favorite show. I just wanted to tell you about it. And in the past 45 seconds, I've played as much baseball as the New York Mets played this weekend. Thanks, boys.
That's what we got.
That was the bit. That he played as much baseball as the Mets did this week.
I mean, he's right. If The Price is Right was on at night, I'd be watching it over this team right now.
Price is wrong,
right.
Bitch.
Price is Right is electric. Shout out Papu, my Greek grandpa. For those of you who don't know Greek out there, when they helped raise me because my parents were at work, I'd spend the mornings with them, and it was Price is Right every single day. He was locked in. He didn't know a lick of English, but he knew what was going on in Price is Right. He'd scream out numbers.
Oh, there's nothing an immigrant knows more than how much something costs.
He was locked in. He was so good.
Absolutely. Ready to fucking find a deal at the moment's notice.
If there was a game show that you could be on, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's a good question. What are some of the more? I mean, I think that I could turn Family Feud on its head.
Ooh, interesting. How so?
I would love to bring analytics to Family Feud. You pass every single one.
Just pass.
Pass, get the steal every single time. Pass. I never want to play. No one ever completes the puzzle.
Of course not. It's impossible.
That's what I'm saying. Pass every single time. Give me one shot to steal all your points.
Let them get... It's actually got to be the only way to play. Let them get all the bad answers out. You can't guess those. They've been guessed.
I watch an ass ton of Family Feud. No one ever. I looked into going on to Family Feud, but the prizes are so small, it was not worth the week in Los Angeles.
No, I've definitely wanted to do Price is Right. I also wanted to play the Whammy. The Whammy was an electric game. Press your luck.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Mike Janella. He's a game show beast. I think he won the $25,000 pyramid, which is an insane fact that I know.
He was also on Jeopardy.
He was on Jeopardy.
Mets Game Show Network.
Mets season's in Jeopardy.
Mets
That's where I'm going to leave you.
Mets season in peril.
Yeah. That was the episode. I hope you guys liked 50 minutes of me getting red in the face and screaming. Because it will not happen the rest of the year. Done. This is it.
You said that twice already this year.
Yeah, because I thought they hit rock bottom. They've done it. If and when the Mets miss the playoffs, that's it. This was my rant. I would just be like, that sucked. Season's over. Can't yell anymore. Can't care anymore. It's not worth my time to get this upset over it anymore.
No, yes, it's very healthy and mature of you.
All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow us on all our social media at Mets'd on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Subscribe to the Mets'd Podcast YouTube channel if you have not yet done so to see the video version of this. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
Check out our new show at The Windup on YouTube and all socials as well. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Jacob Degrom's going to throw a no-hitter. Don't forget that bet. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go, Mets. Can't wait to see Jacob Degrom.